to the youngster's family, adding that Gary had put up a brave fight and up to the end remained optimistic that through prayers his situation would have changed. And those were the stories making the news today. For more information, please visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues. It's Reggae Month, when the people who create, enjoy and earn a living off the musical form take time to highlight its importance to Jamaica and Jamaicans. So what better time to tell the story of reggae, its history, formation and development? That's next.
The origin of Jamaica's most imaginative and recognized cultural product is steeped in mystery. Could reggae have been born in a tenement yard on 5th Street, Trench Town? Or was it composed by chance in a studio that would later be made famous for the coincidence? To learn the real story behind the music, you'll have to go back, way back, some 60-odd years or so. Not to a specific place or person, but to the instance when the beat changed.
I would like to go back to the 40s because in Jamaica at that time, there was only live music, which was a good thing because that's where the instrumentalists that contributed so greatly to development of, and the beginning of Jamaica music started from, because they were the big bands, the Roy Coburns, you know, the Sonny Bradshaws and so forth in those early days.
From live music to mento and then quickly to the blue beat, the North American import rhythm and blues then fused effortlessly with jazz to produce ska. This was the 1950s.
Ska started out of the influence of rhythm and blues. We didn't like rock and roll too much, and so we wanted to make our own. So ska came out of that, the faster beat.
Now do a dip.
By 1966, the sharp, choppy ska beat gave way to the lingering melodic tempo of rocksteady.
Rocksteady became slower, where you have a more one drop. You know, the drummer was doing that one drop, and then the musicians played around that, and the bass line, you know, the bass line started. They slowed up to go with the drumming.
Before that, you got 16 beats, and drop to one, drop to 8. So it's
Rocksteady, the rhythm, the ska still continue, but the bass rock, and the guitar and the piano ska same way, but the bass, the emphasis on the bass, so you fall back and this had was a red. So you rock and then you steady.
The slow beat created a songwriter's paradise. Pop vocal groups emerged on the scene, and the lyrics they penned bordered on hard-hitting social commentary. But there was one setback.
Cox and Dodd tried to have that driving sound system music going, and Rocksteady wasn't that driving. And so in 1968, that reggae was introduced to Jamaica.
If reggae can ever be edged to a set place, then 13 Brentford Road is its home. It was here at Studio One in 1968 that Rocksteady briefly went back 20 years, married the folk rhythms of Mento, and gave birth to reggae.
Drop the 8, 6, then pop the reggae.
The people could have easily said, I don't want that, and I don't want that, this is too slow and all, but it didn't. It didn't go like that. It was between the dance, the sound system and so forth. It just happened, and I can't tell you when, how, it just happened, and we just went straight into it.
The guitar led the reggae music orchestra, and the bass maintained the melodic patterns in the background. It is interesting to note that even though the fusion would change the course of local music history forever, it was to be one of its most celebrated strokes of luck.
No, I didn't really want to give out this piece of information, but since we're at it, I won't be mean. Clement Dad brought a piece of machinery to the studio for about a year. It was sitting there, and no one knew exactly what to do with it. And so they hooked it up one day and decided to implement it. And they discovered it was a tape delay. And so they hooked it into the machine and they started doing it into the recording. So when they put the guitar sound through the tape delay, it comes back saying that chick, 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 chick. The rest of studios hearing this recording out, they thought it was the guitar making that and just copied that, and that was the birth of reggae music.
Jackie Mitu invited Larry Marshall to try out on the new sound. The experiment yielded Nanny Goat and Baby Tell Me Why. But it was Toots and the Maytals, Do the Reggae, that christened the music form forever. Reggae would deliver dance crowds from the sluggish rocksteady beat. The people needed a change in pace. Reggae upped the tempo. Reggae turned up the heat on some of the social and economic challenges that the people were facing. It premiered as the voice of the people.
Reggae is life. Reggae is it's a music that consoles the mind spiritually, physically, mentally, you know. So dealing with reggae is to uplift, to inform, and to educate, because reggae music is coming from the heartbeat of the people, which is people within the inner city and people at large who are the downtrodden, you know, and people who don't really have a voice, you know. Reggae speaks for them.
It was like it wasn't a competition like overseas it is now. It was about love. You know, it was, people was more at them head together and used to write songs about what we say happening around me and more love songs, you know.
Reggae was a potent messenger for the Rastafari philosophy, which single-handedly cemented the music form as a cornerstone of Jamaican culture.
Rastafari is much more widespread than the average Jamaican even realizes. Is that the consciousness, the awareness of a people who are coming from the bottom of the totem pole and was always given some strange philosophy of some unknown people to worship as God, and to come from that and to be able to transform yourself to see yourself as God is a phenomenal transformation.
It was more than just a message of let's say consciousness, but also a message of love, a message that could unite people of all race, class, color, creed, and religion. Actually uniting the world through music, whether it be African people, you know, whether it be white, black, you know, Chinese. I thought that this music had that ability to do that. And that was my vision, just to be part of that foundation upon which now, you know, lies this rich musical heritage.
Trenchtown, West Kingston was the bed of a spiritualism.
What used to happen in Trenchtown is that there was a lot of teachings going on. You know, the Marcus Garvey movement was very